This is PASC25, highlights from the conference. I have the pleasure to have here Elisa Molinari, professor of Università di Modena e Reggio Emilia, and invited keynote at the PASC conference this year. Your presentation, Elisa, your presentation was high-performance simulation of matter and materials. What this is exactly about?
Oh, this is about being able to predict the behavior of materials using the power of HPC and the power of the codes and the algorithms and the methods that we develop. The idea is being able to discover materials, to predict their properties, and interact with the experimental work so as to design the materials for the future.
This year PASC conference theme is supercomputing for sustainable development. My question to you is, why do we need to pay so much attention these days on this sustainability and also energy consumption?
Oh, there's multiple phases to that. One point is designing materials that are very important for sustainable production, economy, and so on. And this is one of the central themes that we have within the MAX European Center of Excellence that we coordinate. This is for materials discovery, and one of our focus is discovering materials that can help energy harvesting, energy storage, but also a number of other applications in for example, in all manufacturing, actually, to make it more sustainable. So that's one of the aspects, and we think HPC is key to be able to do that. I try to show that in my talk. Try to do those simulations. The second part is that we try to do it as sustainably as possible, and we have a big investment on how software can be optimized to save energy and to a better management of the energy of our calculations. And we've been working with a number of groups to try and support that. That, I think, is one of our commitments. We feel very responsible. And that's probably one of the most important things. We know how much energy we are eating up with HPC, and working on better algorithms, better software is going to be a key.
I have now a bit of a provocative question.
Go ahead.
So why do you think it's so difficult to actually convey the message to the funding agencies that it's fine to invest always in infrastructure, but that what is even more important now is to invest in software development? Why do you think they are so resistant? Or are they resistant?
Well, I could answer at many levels. One is that it's easier to inaugurate a supercomputer or to promote some very visible activity. But I think there's a more there's something that we can do to make our impact much more visible. I think it's not only investing on software, but also in community software developed by scientific and technical teams that work together to advance the codes that we need for science, technology, and industrial advancement. And that part makes our supercomputers useful. Yeah. And I think no high-quality software, no party. There's nothing that our supercomputers can do if we don't have the good design of what we want to calculate with the people who really develop the science and the codes. So that, if you think in terms of budgets, is orders of magnitude less funded, I think orders of magnitude less than the hardware part. Yeah. So with a relatively reduced shift of budget, or actually I think increase of budget, we would really make a game change. Yeah. And so we were asking for all the community, including the HPC centers and the policymakers, to be engaged in that. And I think we are already showing how much we can deliver in terms of prediction and impact on materials and in all many domains. This is nice in this conference, having the mixture of domains. I think we should just convince people that we are just like a large-scale infrastructure somehow with our codes, not only with the machines, but the codes are the infrastructure themselves.
the machines without really efficient codes, high quality codes will not
investing,
really
and this is
work.
no more something that can be done by each individual scientist, except in the very early stages. We need a cooperative work of many people, from scientists to software engineers to the people in the HPC centers, and I think there's a long way to go, but we are sure, I think it's the safest way we know that our work will deliver if we go that way.
So maybe we just need to learn how to have inauguration of codes rather than inauguration of big ceremony for codes.
I never thought about it. Maybe when we have the next release, we inaugurate and we cut a ribbon.
A ribbon for the best, the new version or the most efficient version of the code. Thank you, Elisa, very much for coming to us, and thank you all.
Thank you.